right, well, thank you all for joining us. We are getting started, working out a couple of technical difficulties. As usual, when we go live, we had to make sure we get everything right. Well, we thank you all for joining us. Again, this is Glenn Glasper. My name is Glenn Glasper, affectionately known as Mr. Dollar Out of a Dime, and this is the Real Life Real Estate Investing Show. And what we do is we tell you about real life situations, but we also provide real life solutions. And today I have the honor and privilege of hanging out with my man, Mr. Kendall Ficklin.
Yes, sir.
Man, we've been trying to do this for a minute, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I appreciate you being with us today. And we're just going to get into it, man. Because I know we got a major subject to cover today, and I know it's going to probably take us quite a bit to get into it. We're going to talk about the importance of having a team, and we're going to talk about the wholesale business model. And just to kick it off, I know a lot of times people get started wholesaling and they think that it's real simple to get started. And they want to make a ton of money every month, and they face challenges where if they had somebody to help them out, they might be able to do a little better. But you'll tell us about how that works for you, and how you can tell other people how they can make it work for them.
Definitely.
Yeah. So tell us about that. So tell us about yourself, first of all. Tell us about Master Key Investments and the G Academy.
Yeah, I mean, Master Key Investments, we went live a couple years ago, about 2 years and 4 months ago. I started real estate about 4 years ago.
Okay, cool.
But close to 2.5 years ago, we really started the company, and we kicked off when we actually started really making money.
That's real talk.
Yeah, no need to form a company if you're not making money. Stop getting so caught up on the LLC.
Right.
Let's get a check, and then let's get the LLC. We can do those things. Or if you have it, you can go first. But just saying. Yeah. But basically, man, I did my first deal a couple years ago. It was in April of 2015. Is when I closed my first major deal. Before that, I was doing a couple
what you call a major deal? Okay.
10,000.
10,000.
Yeah, to me that was major.
Hey, listen, that's major.
Yeah, that's my first legit check in my hand. Like, yeah.
Listen, if you get started, you never had a $10,000 check and doing business. That's major.
Yeah, and I got to keep it real. I went to Vegas. I went to Jamaica. Did a couple things. You got to scratch that itch a little bit. When you first making your money, But yeah, man, I mean, everything before that was just, small deals in there, 250, 500, just kind of passing people leads along, kind of bird dogging in a sense.
Okay.
So I just wasn't taking it very seriously. I was really looking to build my own business. So
right.
I started that a couple years ago, and from there, man, just taking it serious, man, and just building it up to the point now where I'm doing 6 figures a year, closing about 4 to 6 deals a month.
Good stuff,
and
good stuff.
I'm actually teaching people how to also build businesses. I've actually created people who have started in this business and created 6 figures in this business as well. So
that's what's happening.
That's kind of like something I really love to do right now. I mean, I found my passion for teaching maybe like a year ago. A little more than a year ago. It was maybe like around June or July of 2016. And since that time, man, I've been kind of coaching people along and tweaking it, learning from my mistakes, learning from the members of the academy. They teach me as well still to this day, because we're not perfect. We always want to try to get better. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, that's pretty much how we got started.
I mean, that's very important, man. And I really want to make sure, and of course, every time when I get on the show, I want to make sure I reiterate points.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people hear us talking and they might miss it.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure we reiterate those points so they understand what we're really talking about.
Absolutely.
Of course, they can watch it over and over again so they can hear it. But I just want to make sure, what you talked about was being able to help other people to get to 6 figures and building a team. And, because the same thing happened for me. I was doing well by myself, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to help other people to be able to, get started in the business and show them how it really works. Yeah. Of course, so they don't mess it up for us.
Exactly. Exactly. Because that is happening.
Right. Yeah. So, so tell us, what are some of the beginning steps? Let me acknowledge some people that are joining us here real quick. Mr. Chris Enze.
Ultimate wholesaler.
Ultimate wholesaler. We got Marvina that's on with us. Hey, Marvina, how you doing?
What's up, Marvina?
We got John Stafford, Mr. James McCoy, and we got Mr. Richardson Bellevore. We got quite a few other people. Guys, those of you that are just joining us, please share this with your friends, your news feeds. Share it in the real estate investment groups as well as the entrepreneur groups. and business groups, because we're going to be talking about some business stuff.
Yes, sir.
And don't forget, guys, do me a favor. While you guys are on, just send us a quick message and let us know where you're watching from. You know, we got people that are watching all over the nation, so we want to acknowledge you as well. And again, thank you for joining us. So again, let's talk about how to get started with. Well, first we'll start talking about how to get started as a wholesaler, and then we'll go into the business building, the business model portion of it.
Got you. Okay, so getting started as a wholesaler, I'm not really gonna say the traditional thing as far as getting your list and doing things like that. I'm gonna say, you know, getting started as a whole in real estate. Period. You gotta the mindset. You know, you gotta. I mean, because
that's the universal language right there.
It's like it's a waste of time if you don't even have the right mind.
That's
because
real.
I'm gonna tell you, in this business, it's not what you think it is. Like, some people strike in 2 weeks and they eat. You know, some people strike, it takes 6 months. Some people it takes a year. But, you know, the thing is, it's not an easy thing. It's still a business at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? You have to make money. You have to reinvest. You have to customer service. You have to be committed to it. All of these things entail in the business. And if your mind isn't right, when you're first starting off, in any business, is always rocky. When you're first starting off and the deal isn't coming through, every contract we get, it falls through, right? I'm asking 10,000, they want 30. They don't want to give me any love. You see, when these things happen, if your mind isn't right, you're going to stop. So after you've invested $1,000, $2,000, paid for the program, you did all these things, your mind was never right to begin with. So first things first, you got to have the right mindset. And what I mean by mindset is just belief in yourself. Period. That's it. It's just basically saying, no matter what, this is what I'm trying to do. Why am I trying to do it? This is why I'm trying to do it. And no matter what, I won't stop. Once you have that, then we can start to we can get to the mechanics.
And see, that's the thing that, again, and I feel like we say the same stuff over and over again, but it's important.
It's important,
because even though we cover different topics, all of it goes back to mindset. And what you said was doing the things that you said you were going to do. And what I equate that to being is having goals. Set goals, write them down, commit yourself to them, to make sure that if it comes to a point where you get into one of those situations where the deal don't close, you don't quit, because it's not at the end of the road that you set for yourself. Does that make sense?
Exactly. You have to control what you can control. And that's what people have to understand, like controlling the controllables. Like, only thing that you can control is how many postcards you put out. You can't control who calls you.
Absolutely.
So you can't set your goals for things that you can't control. Otherwise, you set yourself up for failure.
Absolutely.
Right? If you set up, well, I want 30 people to call me off this mailer, I mean, you set yourself up to lose, because if 15 people call, now you feel like you failed.
Right.
Your goal instead should be, I want to drop 3,000 mailers. Right? You can control that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I find. People send out 30 mailers and they want 30 calls.
Then they want 30 calls. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, it just doesn't happen that way.
So, I mean, like, that makes me think that, you know, because McDonald's turns on the golden arches, they want everybody that drive by to come in the burger.
Exactly. Get a burger. Exactly. And I'm not doing McDonald's. Everybody doesn't want it. You know, it's different for different people.
Yeah. So that's good stuff, man. So let's get into the business model of wholesaling. Of course, like you said, you built a team and you got people that are with you. How did you get started with that piece?
The business model started from really just understanding that I can't do everything and wanting more freedom in my day-to-day, right, of doing things. So what I did was I said, what is it that I absolutely just hate doing, right? That I know that somebody else can possibly do, right? So I started thinking about those things, and that's Craigslist ads. I hate it. Posting on those things. I hate doing putting the mailers together and sending them off to the company to get them right. All that stuff, I hate doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I would hire out for people to do that. And then, to be honest with you, once I started thinking like that, people just started coming. So what I started to do was I started to take advantage of the relationships that I have, right? So when somebody comes to me and they says, you know, this is what I can offer, can you help me, right? I would think like, okay, how can I help them while also they help me, right, at the same time?
Wow, they came to you and said,
so
this is what I can offer.
Exactly. I'm going to give you an example, and I hope she doesn't mind me sharing. Marvina Scab, she's actually my acquisitions manager in our company. And Marvina came to me. I love Marvina. She, like I tell her, she adds color to the black and white. Like she's excellent with what she does. And major key to the team, major key.
Right.
And, you know, she came to me and she came to me with something.
She says yes.
Yes, right? Oh, yeah. She does. She minds?
No, she's good. She's
she's good? Okay,
No,
yeah.
she was just saying yes, she agreed with what you said.
Yeah,
At least I hope that's what she said.
Yeah, I think that's what she said. But anyway, I'm not going to say too much, but she came to me with something.
Right.
She didn't come to me like, can you do something for me? She came to me and said, hey, this is what I have. How can we work together?
Right.
And from her coming to me saying, this is what I have. How can we work together? Me understanding that I needed the team to put together, I started to look at her and say, where is she strong at? Like, where is she pretty good at? I'm looking at the things that she's good at. And I'm saying, you know what? I need that.
Right.
I need that help, right? So I bring her on to the team. I say, look, let's rock. And she's one of those types that's, listen, we're going to grind for this. We eat what we kill. You know, so when we go, we eat what we kill. She's like, she understands that.
Right.
And you need people on the team to understand that, because business, you can't acquire employees off the rip if your income isn't coming in how it's supposed to be. You need people that believe in the vision and believe in you. First off, right? So you have to be who you say you are.
That's right.
She wouldn't be down for that if I wasn't who I said I was, if I was just faking the funk. She's like, I don't really want to do that, you know? But since we are who we say we are, we're able to connect, and I'm able to figure out I can use her in the way that she's best should be used, and she can use me in the way that I can best be used to help her push her to where she's trying to get to. And I mean, it just works in harmony.
Man, that's Brad, look, hold on. Can I get a notepad? I need to write this stuff down. No, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously though, you're saying some real stuff, man. And I think oftentimes when even myself, and for as long as I've been doing this business, a lot of it I've been doing 99.9% by myself. And in the areas that, I mean, I did well. However, if I had the true team behind me, I know that I could have done a whole lot better. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm in the process of putting the team together myself. Because there are so many moving parts in what we do. I mean, you just named about 10 of them. You know, the direct mail and putting that stuff together, the Craigslist ads. All of those things are important for us to truly be successful at what we do. And like you, I mean, I understood that there's no way that I could possibly do all those things myself and get to the point of doing 4 or 5 deals a month. You know what I mean? So in putting that together, what would you say is something that's important in maintaining that type of relationship with someone that comes to you like that?
So maintaining that relationship, it has to be integrity has to be in you. Honesty has to be in you, and just really wanting to see that person win, honestly, has to be in you, in my opinion. That's how I feel about it. I genuinely want to see people win. So I have a genuine interest in what is it that you're actually trying to do with life. Like, when we actually have our academy meetings, you know, I asked the people, I asked our members, and I said, so give your name, your company name, your level in real estate, and what it is that you like to do for fun. Right? I want to know what you like to do for fun. Like, we're bigger than just real estate. Like, when you talk about being a leader and being a CEO, everybody wants to be the CEO, right? You know, like, I've been a CEO since I was 11 years old. It really ain't, you know what I'm saying? A lot comes with it, you know? So, I like to find out what makes people tick outside of real estate, and that helps me connect and maintain that relationship better. Because if I know that, like, we got a guy in the academy, his name is Gary. He likes do-it-yourself projects. So when Gary goes to a closing, he closes a deal, and I might have saw something at Home Depot that might, you know, be a nice paint job for a bench for his front porch that he might like, and I just grab that. That is bigger, like, stuff like that is bigger than just real estate. You feel what I'm saying? And when you can make money together and build relationships together and have that trust, my goal is just to do bigger things, developments, apartment communities, things like that. So when we're building on this bottom level and we can break bread together, we can build relationship. When it comes those times to do that, we don't have the issues that most people have. That's real.
And you said something that was also very important when you talk about people believing in the vision. And oftentimes those of us that are visionaries, you know, when we're talking about the apartment buildings and the big construction and, you know, all that type of stuff that we want to do, it's kind of a challenge. I find it a challenge, you know, because I've been through and I have people that worked with me, and the challenge has been getting them to see the bigger picture, you know, beyond, like you said, it just being about closing a deal here and there. And, you know, knowing what it is that they like to do for fun and what some of the things. So I think that's important when you're putting the whole model together. And making sure the people that are in that model with you are buying into the vision that you want to set forth for them. You said something about integrity and being who you say you are.
Yeah.
What would you say is another key to having people to buy into your vision?
I would say so like you said, as visionaries, we have the big picture, right?
Yeah.
We have this is what we want it to be, all of the great things that come along with it. What I like to do is I like to take the big picture and then just break it down. Right, just break it all the way down to its most simplest variable.
Right.
So what I would do is I would talk about the apartment buildings and the developments, and I would say, we get a complex, we put 500,000 down, 100,000 a piece from all of us, right? And we can get into this, and everybody can eat, everybody can cash flow.
Right.
And then I break down how we get to 100 grand, right? So how we get to 100 grand, oh man, if we can build the company up to where we're doing 8 to 10 wholesale deals a month, and we're buying 2 rental properties, refinancing them, putting that bread to the side, each of us have 100 grand in 8 months, doing the math, right? And then you break that down to saying that means we need to do this much marketing per month, and this is how much we need to put into the business right now.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So when I break that down, and then when I talk about the apartments and things like that, I don't talk about it from a place of the real estate. I talk from a place of, if you love to do music, now you can fund your music career, right? So now I start tapping into those hobbies that I know about. That's why I asked you what it is that you want to do. I want to tap into what makes you tick. It might not be real estate, but the money from it can allow you to do what does make you tick.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So now I attach it to those things, and then you have somebody who says, yeah, I think we can do that, because I broke it down. It just started from 2,000 postcards and went all the way up to this. I think that's possible, right? I believe it, right? And then they see you, and this is what I mean, it's a two-part street. When you do what you do, and they see you performing, right? Now it's like, oh yeah, I do believe it. I know he's a performer. I know she's a performer. I know that they believe in themselves. That's why I believe in the 3 C's. You have to be committed, you have to be confident, and you have to be consistent.
Wow.
Right?
Y'all get that? Can somebody put that in the feed for me? You said committed,
confident, and consistent. Those are the 3 C's.
That's definitely important. That's definitely important. And that's the thing. Like, oftentimes you want to make sure you have people that are committed.
Yes.
My sister told me about the 3 C's. Y'all might have to help me out with this. She said when she's getting involved in something, she wants to be confident, competent, and what's the 3rd C? Comfortable. So it's confident, comfortable, and what was that? I missed it.
Confident, comfortable, competent. Yes. All knowing.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that way, when you get to that space, you know that once you're confident in what you're doing, you can accomplish the things that you set forth and the goals that you set.
Yes.
So let's tap into those 3 C's that you talked about a little bit.
Yeah.
How would you say to a person that they can accomplish those things within the 3 C's that you said?
So everything works together with the 3 C's, right? It's all harmonious. So let's start with I would believe that your commitment should be first, right? You have to decide and say, listen, I'm committed to this. I'm gonna tell you, I've won at maybe 4 things completely, a win like you can't even, not debatable, right? In life. In all those endeavors, and that includes my wife, right? I was committed. Anything else that I did, it's a little success. I might make a little money here and there. You do a couple things, but sustainability, I wasn't committed.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So I found that all the things in my life that I'm committed to, I usually win at. You see what I'm saying? And that includes my kids. So when I'm committed to making sure that my daughter is doing the right things in school, she seems to perform better. Right? When I'm kind of... I'm so focused on work, she seems to kind of lag off a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So you got to see the pattern. So the commitment level just comes from you deciding and saying that this is exactly who I want to be and what I want to do. And it can't be no wavering. See, this is the thing. If you kind of sort of want it, just forget everything else.
Man.
Just forget everything else.
And you got some major stuff, bro.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, we all, I used to kind of, sort of want it.
Right.
And the first 2 years, I kind of, sort of wanted it. I was not winning. I wasn't winning, right? And then I said, I don't kind of, sort of want, I really, really want it now.
Yes.
Right? And now we started going for it. And you, in the levels, it just happens, right? But I would say that first you have to be committed. Once you're committed to it and you've decided, then you want to start to build that confidence. How do you build the confidence? Small wins. right? So small wins. What we do is in the business, let's just relate it to a wholesaling period. When you're first starting off, let's say your budget isn't big. A small win for you is putting out 100 letters a week, right?
Right.
100 letters a week, boom. And you do no matter what, I'm doing 100 a week, right? And then not only completing the 100 a week, but acknowledging to yourself and the universe that you completed the 100 a week, and acknowledging that you won for the week. Right? Or for that day, acknowledging that I called 3 sellers today. I won for the day. And you want to acknowledge this every single day. See, what happens is that when you start winning, the universe just starts to shift, and the momentum just starts to do crazy things, right? So it's not about, like, who says what a win is? This is a win for me. I'm winning right now. You see what I'm saying? It's an honor to be on the show. This is a win for me. Yeah. So after this, after I finish with this, I'm gonna finish editing the outline that I know Marvina is probably on my back about, like, you didn't send to me yet, and I'm gonna finish that and I'm gonna send it to her. Then I won again. Right. I'm gonna pick my postcards up, send them out. I won again. And every time I do it, I say it out loud. Right. Yeah. The universe needs to understand this. See, when they understand that you're winning, they have no choice but to give in. You got to give in, right? So when the momentum comes and good things start happening, now you're confident in what you're doing. Sellers are calling. Oh, the phone is ringing, right? Yeah. Right. We on the academy calls, and I'm telling them, I'm like, yo, you got to do the marketing. You got every week. You got to market. You got to market. Right. I finally found a platform for them to be able to afford a list and be able to get the marketing out. They start doing the marketing. They get on the call. Man, I got 25 calls. I got 10 calls. I got this. They confident, right? Because you perform, you won, and now the small wins build the confidence, right? So now it's just about maintaining that, right? That's it. Definitely. So then you come into the consistency. Right? So now the consistency in it is, okay, I got the feeling of winning. I don't want to lose anymore, right? So I got to continuously and consistently stay committed and always make sure that I'm on the path of making sure that, I understand the process that I'm going through, right? So if I'm going to put out the 2,000 every single week, I stick to it. That's consistency. Right. I stick to it. And as I'm consistently sticking to it, I'm winning. And as I'm consistently winning, I have no choice but to stay committed. Who wants to leave a game that they're losing?
Wow.
Right?
Man, I hope y'all paying attention to this. He broke it down, when you talked about the commitment. Yeah. I think that's a lot of times where people give up. When that first issue comes up, that first somebody don't accept the contract. They're like, oh, well, this don't work. Yeah. You know what I mean? I sent out 100 postcards last week. And ain't get no calls this week, so I'm not sending out another 100.
Exactly.
That's not commitment.
Well, then you're not going to get no calls next week.
Exactly.
That's why I tell them, well, then you're not going to get no next week. Absolutely. Like, you do nothing, you're going to do nothing. Like, pretty much.
Right. You said if you do nothing, you're going to do nothing. Yeah, that's real talk. So, listen, we got a lot of people that are joining us, man. I want to acknowledge them, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yvonne says awesome info. What Chris says, kind of sort of equals no wins.
Equals no wins.
Real talk. And we got John Stafford, the ground. Verse, that's definitely speak to the universe equals momentum.
I know he believed in that.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Every day, he inspired me. Like, be obsessed to be average. We're going for it.
That's my confidence. Yeah, I'm committed to watching it.
Yeah, for real. Facts.
Yes, indeed. We have Trey Durrett, who says he's giving up the secret, listening and learning. Absolutely. Appreciate that. Hey, Cynthia Bragg just joined us. She's another one that's committed.
Yeah. Cynthia, hold up. I have to ask. And this is going to tell. Is Cynthia buys houses? That's her?
Yes.
Cynthia, listen, I swear, whenever I'm in the city, I'm trying. Cynthia buys house. I said that gotta be her. Like, she's committed. She's committed. I've been seeing her signs for years.
Yeah. Like, Everywhere I go, I see those signs. I'm like, man, I need to put a sign next to her.
Yeah, I gotta go Cynthia.
Yeah, that's commitment. So, and we did a real quick video, me and Cynthia, a couple weeks ago. Actually, maybe more than a couple weeks ago. We were hanging out at House Jerk. Yeah. And you know, we did a quick video, and she was talking about everywhere she goes, she takes her signs with her. You know, and I'm like, man, that's what I need to be doing.
Word,
you know?
right?
Well, I take it with me. I just don't put them out all the time.
I'm gonna tell you, since this is real life real estate investing, I'm gonna keep it extra real.
Yeah.
I keep signs in my trunk.
Yeah.
I have signs in my trunk right now.
Me too.
I never put them up.
Me either.
Ever. Like, look, so my team is telling me, like, yo, we got to get into the bandit signs. I'm like, look, man, I mean, I understand. Like, put it together.
Right,
but don't make me a part of it. Like, because I'm just not a fan, you know. But I know they work.
Absolutely.
I know it's just not my thing, you know.
Right. Well, see, and that's another part. I mean, when you know what your lane is, you commit to your lane.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? Like, you know, I'm big on putting bandit signs out. Well, let me say this. I'm big on somebody else putting my bandit signs out.
Yeah, and that's what I need to do. I really need to get somebody.
Right. You know, so that's the thing that I'm committed to. I'm committed to having somebody else put them out.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, man, you gave up some major stuff. We got Robin Gowers. She's on today.
Hey, Robin.
Actually, Marvina talked about direct mail. Yeah, Cynthia said, yeah, Cynthia buys houses. That's her. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Again, guys, please go ahead and share this with your news feed. Share this in the groups and things like that. Because we definitely want to make sure that people aren't missing the knowledge that Kendall is dropping today, man. You're giving us some major stuff, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So let's get into a little more about how the business model.
Yeah.
Like, how did you set up your business model? I know you gave us a little bit about it.
Yeah.
How did you set it up for different people to be plugged into different areas?
So first things first, a lot of studying. So I looked at, I really didn't try to recreate too much.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really looked at guys like Sean Terry, Brian Harris out of Memphis. He's pretty dope. I looked at him, podcast, and then the book Traction. Traction really set me off, that book, and really gave me an understanding of what I was setting up.
Okay.
Right?
We getting the book Traction.
Yeah, Traction. Like, if you haven't got the book Traction, it's by Gino. His name is Gino Wickman. Get that book, and that really helped me understand what I was actually in the process of putting together, and that helped me kind of shift a couple things as well. And I'm going to tell you, man, to be honest, the hardest thing for me was just kind of letting go of certain things, and I'm still currently letting go of things, right?
Wow.
Because I'm an in the trenches kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll purposely go order postcards, have somebody stamp them, pick them up, and drop them myself just for an IG post. You know, because I'm in the trenches. I just, you know what I'm saying? Because I just like to do it as opposed to being online. But you know, I have to learn still to this day that, you know, I have to, what's the word? Delegate.
Yeah.
Delegate is the word, right? I have to make sure that, and let people do what they do. Reading the book Traction helped me understand that for your first couple months when you're putting it together, you're going to have bumps in the road, right? So what did I do? You know, we had bumps in the road. I maneuvered, slowed the marketing down. I don't want to lose too much money. Let's regroup. Right. We saw this was wrong. Let's adjust here, and then we made the adjustments. Right.
Got it. Okay.
As far as the layout, I pretty much just looked at the business as a whole. So calls are coming in, right? Your acquisitions, of course, right? Your dispositions, and currently, I'm actually still doing dispositions. Okay. So this is that's actually the last part of the team that I'm actually gonna outsource, but it's gonna take me a while to outsource.
I know.
It's gonna take me a while to outsource that. Yeah, because I'm still building that. So. But the acquisitions, the lead manager to take all the calls, because what I found is that when you have your acquisitions manager also taking calls and going on appointments and making offers and negotiating, that's a lot to go on when it's 50 calls, 100 calls coming in from a campaign. Right. So it's like, wow. So I had to split those tasks up. So I have a lead manager, we have an acquisitions manager, we have a brand development. So this is basically for the Mr. Master Key brand, the Master Key Investments brand, and the G Academy itself, because the G Academy is underneath Master Key Investments. So basically, you have our brand development that work on our videos, the property locator series that we do, the websites, everything to kind of get the brand out there. Then we have a money broker. A money broker is our guy. He gets the funds from individuals who have 401ks, IRAs. They want to invest. They want to invest their money and get a return. They don't have time to do real estate though,
Right.
but they want to secure it through the vehicle of real estate.
Absolutely.
So I have him; he works on that, and then like I said, I work on disposition. So
Okay.
And my wife, she's the CFO. She works on the finances, so she keeps the books. Everything has to stay straight.
You got the right person in that position.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah. She was like, I got
Right,
the keys now,
I know
boy.
that's right.
I'm like, oh Lord,
Like
what did I
everything's
do?
coming in, I know where it's going.
Yeah, so I got her on that. So I mean, the team works good. And we still just fine tuning everything still, but as of now, I'm loving the way that it's forming. I'm loving the way that it's flowing. It's going pretty good.
So how often do you guys meet? Like I know you said you guys meet every so often.
So I get on the phone with everybody on the team at least once a week. We're on the phone. So with specific divisions, right? So I'm saying, okay, what we got going on with brand development, what we got going on with the money side, what we got going on for acquisitions and things like that. Me and Marvina, who is on acquisitions and kind of like executive assistant kind of sort of, we talk pretty much every day, right? Okay. So we have to stay on track with everything that's going on. We have appointments, we have deals that we're working on consistently. As far as a whole team, we get together once a month in person, and then on a weekly basis, we'll get on the phone once a week on Mondays, and we'll discuss what's going on for the next week and what happened last week. Okay. So at these meetings, we would discuss our KPIs, our key performance indicators.
Right. Okay.
How much marketing did we do for the week? How many calls came in? How many deals did we contract? Did we sell anything? Those things. What type of list did we hit this week? Did we hit a vacant list? Did we hit an absentee list, a credit list? And tracking those numbers. Tracking those numbers for me for the past 6 to 8 months, really since the top of the year, have actually enabled me to see how to scale the business. So now I know, like literally right now, I know exactly how to do 8 to 10 deals, which is actually what we're currently doing. So we're looking to infiltrate the market and do 8 to 10 deals a month now, right? So and I can track it based on my numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that we really emphasize that tracking part. Yes. Some of my folks that are on my team are watching. I want to make sure they understand when I told them about doing their goal tracker sheet, they're supposed to send me something every week that tells me what they've done for the whole week. Yeah. And I'm going to put a couple of them on blast. Y'all ain't did that yet. So the importance of, we're talking about tracking. Like, once you get to the end of a week or end of a month, based on what you've tracked for that time period, what you've accomplished or what you might need to tweak and do better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
So that's what I'm making sure I'm getting that. Once you get to that point of understanding, like, hey, listen, I might need to do this instead of this.
Exactly.
To make it get to the, you see what I mean?
Yeah, like, so for example, to go with what you're saying, I do mostly postcards instead of yellow letters now. Right? Okay. And it's not that, first off, the cost is much cheaper with postcards.
Absolutely.
But through my tests, what I found is that, I get more calls off the yellow letters, but I actually get more deals off the postcards.
Right.
So I was like, all right, and they cost more on top of that. So I'm like, let's remove that.
Quantity over quality.
Exactly. So now I'm like, okay.
Or quality over quantity.
Or quality over quantity. Yeah. So, but now I'm like, okay, I want to do a new test with the yellow letters for a different type of list. Maybe it was the type of individual I was sending it to.
Got it.
Let me try it for somebody else. So just kind of tweaking things like that. And when you track the numbers, the tracking is so important. Like,
yes.
I swear they used to tell me to track, and I used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't tracking, lazy. And I'm gonna you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. The key to it. We hustling. We not doing business. Right? That's the key.
Wow.
Too many people are just hustling in the game.
Yeah.
When I started doing business, everything changed. Yes. I got a track now. Yes. I'm doing business. We got credit cards, we got accounts, we got people to pay, we got things going on. You see what I'm saying? I want to know how to do $1 million wholesaling.
Absolutely.
Right? So in order for me to know it, I need to know, well, what do I need to do it? Right? Yeah. And I have no idea what to do because I haven't been tracking.
That's real.
So now, when you're doing business, when you got taxes, when you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to do things a little different.
Let me see. Somebody asked something. Somebody asked, what are yellow letters? Somebody asked, hey Glenn, this is all new. What are yellow letters? We'll get to that. Do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and start putting your questions in now because we want to really get to answering your questions. And but we got a lot of stuff. We don't want to make sure we don't miss all this knowledge that he's giving us right now. And as a matter of fact, some of the questions may be answered in what we're talking about. But still, go ahead and post your questions because we definitely want to make sure we address as many as we possibly can. We got a bit more time, so we'll start addressing those questions in maybe the next 5 minutes. But get them going now so we don't have to wait for them when we get to the point of asking, for your questions or answering your questions. All right, so I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were saying you were talking about tracking and what would be some of the other things that you would do as a business as opposed to hustling?
Okay,
you gave a great point. That's great stuff right there.
Yeah. Having a CRM which actually helps with your tracking, right? So hustling, again, it's you semi-hustling if you're just doing it on paper, right? You kind of doing business, you know what I'm saying? I'm tracking it on paper, you kind of doing business now. Get a system. I use Podio, some people use FreedomSoft, whatever it is that you use, but get a system that you're comfortable with where you can track everything, right? Get a system. And then what I would say is also in your trackings, you want to make sure that you're always keeping copies of your deals. So when you go to your closings, get your HUD statements, right? Yeah. Don't just take your check, take your HUD statements, right? Take these things. And I'm going to tell you why you're going to need them. You're going to need them for when you get to that point when you're ready to start leveling up and you're going to need some proof so that you can get some money.
I've had to do it,
Yeah, I just put some proof together last night, right? I'm trying to get a nice little, sizable, so like this is what I'm thinking about. So I'm just giving you guys things that literally that I'm going through and that I'm doing. Like you got to have proof. So you want to start early when you're starting to do your deals. Keep your HUD statements. Maybe take a picture of some of your checks. Keep the pictures of the houses that you're selling. So when you put in a portfolio or a package together, you can show people, hey, I've done this many real estate transactions, right? I bought and sold. If you double close, you bought and sold.
Right? Absolutely.
Right, you bought and sold. Then you have, I am on the deed, right? You go looking up properties. They see he bought it, then he sold it to such and such, right?
Absolutely.
So you have done real estate transactions. So if you haven't done fixing and flipping or buying and holding, you want to use what you have to show people that, hey, I do have knowledge in this game.
That's real.
And that's part of being a business.
Absolutely.
Right, because being a business, you can get rich by yourself, but I think I did a training with Ron DeMott and Melissa and them, and that was one of the things that they would say to me. They would say, you can get rich by yourself, but you got to have a team to get wealthy.
That's real.
Right?
That's real.
You can get rich with your own money, but to get wealthy, you're going to need other people's money.
That's real.
Right? So
that's real.
When you're talking about that, you want to position yourself as professionally and as business as possible, right? And professional isn't always suit and tie. Like, I don't want people to get it confused. Professional is how you do what you do.
Absolutely.
It's not like, oh, I wear a suit or I wear jeans and a t-shirt, right? Look at Gary Vee. He's pretty professional at what he does.
Definitely.
Like Grant Cardone wears a suit and he wears sweats. He's professional,
exactly.
In his way, and how they do things. Everything is put together the right way. So it's on how you do what you do. You can still be yourself. So.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
There's several other examples of people that I know that I've done business with. One is Jack Coudron. I don't know if you know Jack. Bought several deals from Jack. Every time I see Jack, he's in a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what?
Yeah.
But they say, most people that make money like that,
they kind of don't even care about what they got going on. They roll out of bed like, let me go pick this check up. Like, not even picking the check up, check my wire.
Right, exactly. That's how they do it. Like, I'm not going to pick up a check.
Exactly.
Somebody said, what's a CRM?
A CRM is a customer relations manager. So your customers, when we're talking about wholesaling in a sense, customer base as in your seller leads, your cash buyers, customer client, however you want to put it, all of your marketing, all of these things keep the relation to the customer, right? The marketing is the relation to the customer who is the seller, to kind of break it down like that, and managing all of that in one place. So that is pretty much what your CRM is.
And that's how you keep up with your KPIs and things like that.
That's how I keep up with everything. Right. So when a phone call comes in, it's attached to a marketing piece, which then goes into the system. Now you manually to the system, we put the seller's name in, and then everything that goes in is basically off our property information sheet. So the CRM, what's inserted into the CRM is the exact same thing that's on the property information sheet that our lead manager takes. So when our lead manager gets it in, if she's at home, she can put it in on the computer, but if she's out and about, you can fill it in, and then when you get home, you can just drop it in the Podio. And then you attach it to our acquisitions manager who says, okay, this is a deal, this is not a deal, this is a deal. We're going to work these 10 out of these 50, right? And then we'll go from there, set up the appointments, let's get everything rolling.
And that way, and again, I want to make sure we're clear on that. At least, with that type of tracking, you not only get to know what what works, but you also get to know what doesn't work.
What doesn't work, exactly.
You know, and the things that and when you're tracking in that CRM, you can actually say, hey, listen, I need to do more of this, and do less of this. Yes. You see what I mean? Man,
it saves you money.
Absolutely,
it saves you money.
It saves you time.
It saves you time. It saves you money. Everything. And it gives you the ability to try things, right? So when you know something isn't working as good, you might swap that out with something that you always wanted to try.
Absolutely.
Right? And so it just you're able to maneuver and adjust. Yeah. You're able to call an audible. Right?
Absolutely.
That's what you're able to do when you're tracking what you got going on.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. We got some more people that have joined us. Again, thank you guys for watching. We have questions. Do we have questions over here? Okay. I just want to make sure we can't see the Instagram feed over there, but we do have some people joining over there. We want to make sure we give a shout out to Instagram.
What's up, IG?
I don't always show IG that much love, but
see, I be loving IG. I get love on IG.
That's what's up. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to share. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and take a few questions. We have Marvina that says, what tool to use for phone calls?
Okay, so right now I use Vumber and CallRail. CallRail, I'm actually switching over to more so CallRail than Vumber. Actually, I just switched completely over to CallRail last night. Okay. I had 2 phone numbers left on Vumber, so I just switched over to CallRail. So CallRail, you can have up to 10 numbers. It'll cost you about $30 a month. Okay. So once business, right? It's an expense. We all like Google Voice is good when you're starting off. Right. But when it's time, when you're ready to expand and you have multiple lists, you need to be able to have multiple numbers so that you can track what's going on. Business it's an investment. It's the cost of doing business. Hey, right?
Move, man. How many times we need to say that?
Yeah, right.
Say, well, it costs too much. Well, if it costs too much, then you're not really trying to be in business.
Exactly.
When you look at it as an investment, that makes the mindset shift.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
$30 a month, and you doing 4 or 5, 2, 1 deal a month.
Exactly.
Let's just put it in perspective. Right. One deal a month. $30 a month. I mean, come on, you make $5,000. I mean, does it really kill you?
Yes, you're right. You're right. It covers your expenses.
Exactly.
Oh, my man Anwar, what's up? What up, though, Anwar? We might have to tell people what up dough means.
That's that Midwest.
Yeah, right.
Where you from?
It's Detroit.
Detroit. Okay, Detroit, boom, there it is.
It started in Detroit, but we got other people that from Ohio and Chicago. Somebody actually told me it came from Chicago. No, I didn't. No. Anyway, we have let's see, who else? How do you get leads? Mr. Lawton says, how do you get leads?
Okay, so there's free ways to get leads and there's paid ways to get leads. I mostly do paid ways to get leads and a little bit of free. I'm actually looking to increase my free and decrease my pay.
Right.
And balance that out a little bit to get the same results.
Absolutely.
But, a way that you can get leads is direct mail. So I'm very big on direct mail. That's something that I do. But you have to be able to do it consistently. Like a lot of times people tap out from direct mail because the budget isn't big enough or they don't have enough money consistently. So somebody will come in and say, I have $700 for my direct mail. I'm like, all right, cool. But what can you do every single month though? Can you do 7 every month? If you can do 7 every month, we lit. Let's go. I'm sign up now, right? Let's do it. But if you don't have 700 a month, if you just got 700 this month and 200 next month and 300, I would say give me a number that you can do every single month, right? Okay, cool. So let's say that number is $300. $300 is going to go towards your paid marketing, and you break that down into $75 a week. And now you're going to want to write your own letters so that you can make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck at this time.
Wait, I got to write my own letters?
Oh, yeah,
I got to do that kind of work?
Yeah, you're either going to put in time or money, right? It's going to be time or money, one or the other. So if you ain't got the money, you're going to have to have the time. I mean, if you don't want to put the time in, you better get the money.
I'm just saying what I said before. Yeah.
That's how they be.
I got to write that many letters.
And it's funny because I used to be like that. Yeah. Let's keep it real. I'm sitting there like, I'm not, no, man.
Hey, bro,
this is too much.
I wrote like 10 letters. I'm like, no, I'm going to buy a printer. Yeah. I'm going to spend $300 on that printer.
That's when I wisened up. I done been through like 500 letters first. You did better than me. I'm like, I'm going. Then I said, hold up, man, YouTube, man, how you do this?
Right.
And I figured it out. I said, okay, cool, we good.
Yeah, I spent the money on that printer. Look, that writing, boy.
Definitely, yeah, that was too much work. Yeah. But you got to do what you got to do, though.
Yeah, definitely.
And to keep it real, I got my first deal writing letters. That's the 10 stacks I made off of writing them letters.
Oh, well, that tells you.
You know what I'm saying? Boom, it worked.
Write your own letters if you got
one of my Academy members, he wrote letters. He got his first deal, $5,000 2 weeks, writing letters.
Really?
Just writing. He went hard.
Oh, that's what's up.
He went.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, what you doing? But the list. right?
Yeah.
The list is important. So direct mail, you have to find out who are you going to send this list to, right? So you want to purchase, you could purchase a list or put your own list together. Driving for dollars is a great way to put a list together. You can drive around your city, look up the vacant houses, take down the addresses, look them up on public records, and send them a piece of mail. That works. To this day, it still works. It's been working for years. Right. Compile a list together to send mail to, or you can buy a list, maybe a vacant list. I know. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give the typical absentee owner list. I mean, go and get a vacant house list, get an inherited list, get a code violation list, something where you can actually get some type of activity off of. The problem now in our market in Atlanta is that the direct mail market is very flooded. So you have to get a little more creative with who you're hitting, right? So you might need to spend a little more money on your list, but the quality of list or target, is much better than just getting a blanket absentee owner list sometimes. Unless you have the money to hit a blanket absentee owner list, then you can make money, right?
I think in my opinion, I think the targeted way is a little bit more better. That way you're specific about what you're looking for.
Exactly.
I've done that blanket list and paid all that money and maybe got one or two calls.
Yeah.
And well, actually, from that situation, I think I did a deal with one guy who eventually decided he wanted to do the deal. I had to keep calling him back, like, hey, are you still interested in selling? What are we going to do? And so we eventually got it done. Right.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. But I mean, that's a paid way to get your leads, and then a free way to get your leads. And this is a gem right here for you guys. If you're starting off, go to the for rent section on Craigslist or Zillow and send them a message asking them if they'll be willing to sell their rental property. Right?
Wow.
Send a message. What you do is, I'm gonna just give you an even better tip. What you do is you take the amount of rent that they're charging, and you take the number anywhere, whatever you're comfortable with. You can take anywhere from the number 30 to the number 50. Anywhere in between, 32, 37, 32, 40, 46, whatever. You multiply the rent that they're advertising by that number, and that's your offer. Keep it simple, right? And you start there. Start right there.
Yeah.
Because anything from 30 to 50 is going to yield a return of about 25% of what? 25% on your side, 35%, 40%. You'll be able to sell it for the rent times 60 for 20% of the for a 20% return to the end buyer.
Hold on, let me write this down.
Right. So for instance,
breaking some stuff down.
Yeah. Like so, for instance, if you have a property that's selling that's being advertised for rent for $900 a month, right? So 900 times 60 is what? 55, 54, 63. I'm tripping. Oh, my math though. Right. 54. What? 54,000. Yeah. All right, 54,000. I ain't tripping out here, man. So 900 times 60, 54,000. Now, if you take 900 times, let's say 42, what number do you get? 37.8. So 900 times 42 is $37,800. Now, anything the rent you get multiplied by 60 yields a 20% return. What investor's not going to love a 20% return on a rental property, right? Yeah. So you know that you can sell it for $54,000 via minus any repairs that might need to take place, right? So when you go in with an offer of what that number was, 37.8 or something, 34.8 or something like that, you go in with an offer like that, they can say two things, yes or no, right? Or they can counter, right? We're not really looking to get a yay or a nay. We're just looking to have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Right? I just want you to say, hey, nah, that's not going to work. What about 60? Boom. Now we can negotiate.
Now we talking.
Yeah. So you want to get them to hit you back. And that's a tip for anybody out there looking to get free leads. You can do that. And you can sell those to buy and hold investors. At the same time, while calling them, if they don't want to sell, hey, are you interested in buying more? Build your buyers list.
Good stuff, man. Man, I feel like we might have to pay for this stuff, man.
I mean, Cat do be paying for this, but we gonna give it up right now. We giving it up,
That's some good stuff, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
man. No, I appreciate you sharing, man. I definitely appreciate you sharing. We have the ultimate wholesaler. He says, "How do you attract clients to your program?" Which program?
He's talking about my G Academy.
Oh, okay.
So basically get members into the Academy for coaching real estate.
Okay.
So how I do it, to be honest, organic activity, right? So I do it by, like I mentioned earlier, instead of me going online, I still go online and order the postcards and just automatically, but let me go get them, pick them up from my girl who stamps them for me and take a picture. Let me show I grind.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Remember what we talked about earlier, be who you say you are. People want to rock with people who really do what they say they do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I literally, everything, I never even ask for clients. Everything is organic. Everything is, yo, do you coach? Do you mentor? What's going on, right? I do the Master Key. I was doing the Master Key Monday series. We're actually going to bring it back with a better, just a different look to it, which is something we're putting together now. But the Master Key Monday is just giving content. Like all I do, give. That's it. I just give it up. This right here, I'll probably get a coaching client off of, to be honest with you, just because of what I just gave.
That's definitely what we hope
right?
for.
You know what I'm saying? Like because of what I just gave. You see what I'm saying? Dang, like that, I need to get with him, right?
Absolutely.
So that's how you build it up. You build it up by grinding in your business.
Absolutely. And we're gonna tell people how to get in contact with you.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure you guys get what we do on real life real estate investing. This is real stuff. Yeah. This is stuff that he does on a daily basis. You know what I mean? This is our business. This is what helps us eat.
Yeah.
So we take this very seriously.
Absolutely.
And so for those of you that are watching this, make sure, and we'll give an opportunity for people to get in contact. I got to make sure we keep the time. We'll give people an opportunity to get in contact with you, but here's the thing that I want to make sure we emphasize. When we do this, and this is how we eat, and we're talking about the business model of doing what we do, and so automatically I'm thinking that folks should understand that we take this very seriously. So when you reach out to Kendall about his coaching program, understand that there is an investment, and I don't even know what that investment is. Yeah. But whatever it is, if you're reaching out to somebody that you know that you've learned something from that is knowledgeable, be prepared to invest.
Absolutely.
That's what I say. I mean, of course, we give a lot of free information, and it's applicable to the things that you can do. But oftentimes, I've heard the conversation, well, we can learn that on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
I'm gonna tell you what you need.
Go ahead. You don't probably say the same thing I'm saying.
Like you don't need me for like the process of wholesaling. Right. Wholesaling is simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, depending on who you are. Maybe 6 or 7. Right. You don't need me for that. You need a coach or a mentor, somebody like Glenn, somebody like myself, somebody like the Ramones, the Jennifer Butler, the people in the industry that do things. You need mentors for situations. Yes. Like you don't need it for the process, right? It's simple. You just need me for the situation. Like the seller called me, they said they want 50. I can only pay 30. They telling me that they got back taxes at 25. I don't know how to get them negotiated down. Maybe they can I don't know what to do, right?
YouTube don't
teach
that.
They don't teach that. That's not in the book. No, you can get the phone to ring by yourself.
Absolutely.
It ain't about the phone ringing. It's about when the phone rings. Now what
you do?
Like, okay, cool. And if you don't have the skill set to lock that down, negotiate. If you don't have the tools, the proper comp services, the proper ways to evaluate a deal, the knowledge to evaluate. I can give you the formula all day. But after we did this video, I just gave the whole formula for the rental property. You're going to call somebody and you're going to give them the formula I just gave. They're going to hit you back. You're going to go into negotiations and you might have a contract and you might say, oh, they accepted the offer. Let me put a contract on it. But you might say, okay, well, I couldn't evaluate the repairs. Like, how much do the repairs cost, right? What do I do now, right? Okay, I got a property repair sheet. Let me just add it up and see what's happening. Yeah. All right, now the market is coming to me and they telling me they want to pay 37. I got it for 42. Like, I got it for contract for 37. What do I do now? I'm scared to go renegotiate, right? Your mentor, like, oh, no, we're going to renegotiate that.
Oh, definitely.
Let's go back. You know, the confidence that you haven't built yet, which is what I needed when I started. Right? When I started, the mentor is for the confidence in the situation. Yes. Like, I know I'm with somebody that got my back.
Right.
That's what you need it for. Like, I don't pay mentors and pay for stuff just to have it. Like, I do it for the access. Like, absolutely. I need help.
Absolutely. And the thing that I want to make sure people get, like, I've been in this business 16 years.
Yeah.
I still have to call somebody and say, hey, well, what do you think about this? And what do I do in this situation? You see what I mean? So that's what I would say to those folks who've had those epiphanies.
And it's not cliche. You just did it at Dealmakers.
I just did it. Right.
It's not fake. Like, we're not just saying this to be on TV. Like, he just did it.
Just did it. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was analyzing the deal, and I called Jennifer Butler, and I said, hey, well, what do you think about this, that, or the other?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing that people, I think, sometimes they miss when they say, well, why should I pay for this? Why should I pay for that when I can just go and do A, B, C, or D.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? And that's when you talk about the commitment. What type of commitment do you have to really succeeding? When you look at, you could probably go change the starter on your car by watching it on YouTube.
Exactly.
But when you're talking about something big, because starter on your car has a certain bolt, you got to use a certain tool. It goes one way. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know either. I'm just saying. But it goes one way.
Exactly.
But when you have something like this business that anything can go any way, you can't learn all of those intricate details by just watching a video one time.
It's not in the book.
It's not in the book.
It's not on TV.
That's why we do real life real estate investing.
Real life real estate investing. Yes, sir. Exactly.
Because there's so many, like I always say, we talk about real life situations, but we can also provide real life solutions. You know what I mean? And that's intricate. A lot of people miss that. But let me do this. Let me. We coming up on the time. We being signaled. Marvina says, tell them what's the website with the back. Oh, okay.
What you say?
She said.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll tell them when we get on there.
Okay.
I got you.
All right. So
she had to remind me. Make sure.
I know, right?
See, she be on it, yo. I tell you, she be on it.
That's why we need a team.
I gotta have it. That's why I need the team.
Absolutely.
Perfect example.
And I think we covered a lot of that. We didn't get too much away from.
We didn't get too much away from it. I think
the importance of having a team.
Yeah, the importance. I mean, it's. I think really we really kind of just showing
that.
It.
That's an example, right?
It's important, like just having people that just believe in the vision. I think we kind of covered it, man. I think to be able to scale and take it to where you want it to be at or what you want it to be, depending on what you want it to be. This isn't for everybody. Some people just want to do 2 deals a month for vacation.
Right.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Whatever makes you happy makes you happy.
Right.
And that's really all I want people to do. Like, whatever it is that makes you happy, like, that's how you should ride.
Do that.
Because that's what you're going to be committed to.
Yeah.
You're not going to be committed to anything other than what you love to do. Me, I just love to grind.
Absolutely.
So that's just in me. So,
well, I can give an example of the importance of having a team, because I got one person over here telling me this is how much time we got. I got another person over here.
Glenn said, all right, hold on. Let me introduce everybody that's here to you, because I know you see a lot of people with me right now. I'm like, Glenn got the squad. I said, my man. That's what I'm talking about.
Because we need to be on task. I need to be kept on task. Because I know, I could probably go off and do some different stuff, and somebody needs to say, hey, listen, this is what you need to make sure we do.
Exactly.
And that's important, man. I want to make sure people get that.
That's why I told my money guy the other day. I had a meeting with my money guy yesterday. We sitting down going over percentages, numbers, and all this other stuff, for our investors and things. And he was telling, now I'm the type of guy that I can give like too much. You feel me? Like I was out here, cats was getting 50%. I'm not the same thing. And I'm not tripping, because I'm like, yo, I'm eating. Like, what's the problem? Right. But even yesterday, he told me, he said, yo, because, we just start, we getting our business and everything together, like I said, making adjustments. So, he was kind of saying, like, I didn't know, if I should say something, because I didn't really know something. Maybe you knew something that I didn't know. And I just had to tell him yesterday, like, listen, bro, that's why you're on the team.
Absolutely.
To help me. When I jump off the porch, because I'm going to jump. Because I'm the CEO, always going to be the one. We're going to jump. You know what I'm saying? But I need for you to be like,
yes.
Nah, bro, not 50. More like 12. Right. You know what I'm saying? And bring me in, and that's why I put people in position, and I want them to be open enough to say whatever it is that you say, because I'm always the one to be like, I messed that up. Nah, let's do it different. That's not the right way to go.
Yeah. That's very important. Yeah. So we've been signaled that our time has technically come to an end.
All right.
However, because and I'll say, man, the last few shows that I've done, we probably have gone over 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're going to work that out. Y'all help me work that out. We'll work that out. But I get so excited about the information that we get to share with people. And we have such an open platform to be able to do it.
Yeah, man.
Because this is not as seen on TV.
Nah.
You don't get the raw and uncut version of what really
everything
happens.
is nice.
Right, exactly. It always happens in the time that it's supposed to happen. Some of them might tell you, we messed up here, we messed up there, but what caused the mess up?
Exactly.
What caused the mess up that caused the mess up? You see what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's the kind of stuff we want to make sure people get. So we'll go ahead and try and get some more questions.
We get some questions. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll take this time to ask any questions that you guys have. I think we only got a few of them that came in. But if anybody has any questions based on the things that we're sharing with you guys today, or any questions in general, just go ahead and shoot them to us. But while we're doing that, let's tell the folks how they can get in contact with you, man. I mean,
yeah, man.
And what I mean, well, we can tell what the benefit of getting in contact with you is. What kind of programs you have going on, and how can they connect to those?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Kendall Ficklin II. So you got Kendall Ficklin, that's my dad, shout out to Pop, and Kendall Ficklin II, and that's me on Instagram, and on Facebook, Kendall Ficklin II. Glenn tagged me in the thing, and you can add me on there as well.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Master Key, and you know what it is. It's Master Key Monday, and on this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the principle of you make money when you buy. You just cash the check when you sell. All right, so remember this. When you're buying, meaning when you're dealing with the seller, we're always using the numbers that are on the low end. Meaning that what you want to do is you want to look at the comparables, and let's say your comps are 190, 180, and 170. Well, we're going to use 170 as the comp when we're talking to our seller. Now, once you've got the lowest of the top 3 highest comps, then what you want to do is you want to look at the bottom 3 lowest comps, and you want to take the lowest comp out of the bottom 3. Those are normally your as-is sales. So let's just say your bottom 3 comps was 40,000, 30,000, and 50,000. Right? What you want to do is you want to take the 30,000, that's going to be your as-is comp, and then whatever your profit is, you want to just start your offers below that. So if the lowest comp is 30,000, well, you might want to make your first initial offer at maybe 15,000. The thought process behind doing this is that when you're looking at as-is comps that have sold in the area, that's letting you know what investors are willing to pay for that type of property. And you know, most of the times it might be boarded up, like the one behind me, and the one right next to that one. And if these properties are boarded up and they're trash, you want to find out what investors are paying for these trash properties. That way, when you know what they're paying for these trash property, this is how you ensure that you make a profit on your deal and you're not just stuck with a contract. Remember, if as-is comps are going for 30, 40, and 50,000, and let's just say you contract for 33,000, that means you have $17,000 worth of room in there for potential profit. That, my friends, is what we mean when we say you make money and you know what it is. When you sell the contract for this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the principle. Then you go to close money, cash and check. But the money was made in an upfront negotiation. All right, so remember this: when you're buying, meaning when you're dealing with the seller, we're always using the numbers that are on the low end. Meaning that what you want to do is you want to look at this as Master Key Monday, and on this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the principle. We're going to make 170 as a comp when we're talking to